Right now at 10, this could be the year Hawaii's illegal vacation rentals end up getting taxed.
You cannot be putting mini hotels in our neighborhoods.
A police officer's DUI case is put on hold as a judge questions Catherine Kealoha's involvement.
New information on what caused oxygen masks to deploy on an inter-island flight.
And high bacteria counts put a popular Maui beach off limits.
From across the islands on KGMB and KHNL, this is your source for breaking news. Hawaii News Now at 10.
And we start tonight with new reaction on the push to start taxing thousands of illegal vacation rentals. A recent court ruling means this could be a breakthrough year.
But companies such as Airbnb are warning that a crackdown could end up costing the state in lost tourism revenue. Chelsea Davis is here now with our top story. Chelsea?
Yeah, that's right, Ke'ahi. Steph, two separate bills making their way through the legislature, ones that have failed before. But this time, lawmakers who support the bills say things are different.
I mean, we've been at it for 4 years. I was hopeful last year, I was hopeful the year before, and we've got absolutely nothing.
Senator Glenn Wakai says this year may be different because of a recent court ruling in California that said online platforms for rentals can be forced to give information about their hosts to the government. He says getting taxes from the thousands of illegal rentals could add up to $100 million.
We require the platforms, the Airbnbs, the HomeAways, to give us names, addresses, the amount of per rate night for the accommodations, as well as how many nights they stayed, so that we can have assurances that the platforms are collecting the taxes and giving us what the people want.
It's a revenue bill. It will hopefully bring in more TAT and general excise tax revenue, and it's also a bill that puts everybody on a level playing field. The hotels all pay it, the timeshares pay it. It's just a matter of equity in terms of ensuring that the state is receiving the taxes that is supposed to be paid.
In its testimony, Airbnb says the bill isn't a fair process for regulating the industry, but seeks to impose harsh fines. It also says hundreds of millions, if not billions of dollars in tourist revenue could be at risk if this bill were adopted as currently proposed. Wakai sees it a different way.
We're talking about increasing taxes for education, roads, what have you. Like, why are we having that conversation? Let's just go after the people who should be paying their taxes.
Now, the counties would have the authority to issue permits and regulate those vacation rentals. Chelsea Davis, Hawaii News Now.
Thank you, Chelsea. Hawaii's first tobacco tax increase in 8 years has been snuffed out. Senate Bill 887 would have increased the state surcharge from 16 to 21 cents per cigarette, adding an extra $1 per pack. But the bill failed to secure a final hearing in the House.
Maui County's Corporation Counsel resigned today, a week after he was cleared of a domestic violence charge by the state attorney general. Public pressure led Patrick Wong to step down as the county's chief civil attorney. Council members were unhappy with him even before he was arrested on suspicion of abusing his girlfriend. But Maui's mayor, who faced protesters yesterday, said Wong had done a terrific job for the county.
I wish him and his family continued success, and that whatever comes out of this for him and his family will be a positive one.
Mayor Victorino nominated Deputy Corporation Counsel Moana Luti to replace Wong. She would be the county's first woman to hold the position.
A Hawaii County police officer has been placed on unpaid leave after being charged with multiple counts of abuse. The department says 29-year-old officer Daniel Ulrich got into an off-duty argument yesterday with a 36-year-old woman. She was later treated for multiple injuries, including bruising to her throat. Ulrich has only 1 year of service with the department. Honolulu police are still trying to figure out if a man who crashed in Kaneohe overnight really was shot at by another driver. Police say the man claimed he was fired upon by a man in another car during a chase at about 2 this morning near Like Highway and Hanoi Road. But officers found no shell casings or bullet holes, and no neighbors reported hearing gunshots. The 32-year-old victim said that other man also tried to run him off the road, causing him to crash into the driveway of a Namoku Street home, knocking down several trees. No one was hurt. HPD has opened an attempted murder investigation.
And now new surveillance video from Kaimuki. HPD is looking for 3 men accused of burglarizing a home and stealing a vehicle on Wynham Avenue on March 16th. Investigators say the men broke into multiple parked cars before taking off. Call police with any information. We are learning more about why a former HPD sergeant's DUI trial is being delayed. Albert Lee claims then Deputy Prosecutor Catherine Kealoha targeted him unfairly after he arrested a well-connected businessman. As Lynn Kawana reports, an audio recording we first obtained months ago appears to back that up.
A cell phone recording we aired back in February is now considered a key piece of evidence in the officer's claim that the DUI case against him was in retaliation for arresting the nightclub owner and convicted felon. A state judge has expressed concern about the case.
From every direction, the hits are coming against the Honolulu Prosecuting Attorney's Office, which went after former HPD Sergeant Albert Lee.
You already know I have the investigative grand jury transcripts, and I had to do my own research to find the date and to find the transcripts and then to order it. Because the state wouldn't even give me the date.
Lee's trial was supposed to start this week, but is now on hold. He was an FBI witness against Catherine Kealoha, the deputy prosecutor who headed the Career Criminal Unit, the unit that went after Lee for a car accident in November of 2016. The unit even impaneled a state grand jury to indict Lee for the misdemeanor case. That bothered Judge Edward Kubo.
Calling numerous witnesses, 5 witnesses, with questions which this court could interpret as browbeating. Something stinks in this case.
The reason the FBI was interested in Albert Lee? Because of an audio recording from 2015.
Don't go to my place of business and act a fool. I swear, I will have everybody over there put a terror on you.
That is the voice of Honolulu businessman and convicted felon Mike Miskey, who was about to be arrested on a warrant for fleeing a traffic stop. He called HPD officer Jared Spiker, who worked under Sergeant Albert Lee.
You got to be careful for the threats you made, Jared.
Are you threatening me?
No, I'm telling you.
Are you threatening a police officer?
I'm not threatening a police officer. Listen, I'm going to go to the top of the food chain. Trust me, Jared Spiker.
That line, the top of the food chain, stands out because Officer Spiker says Catherine Kealoha, one of the highest-ranking deputy prosecutors at the time, then called him, ordering the officers to back off of Miskey. Her orders were ignored. Miskey was arrested and pleaded no contest. It's now all laid out in a new court filing by Albert Lee's attorney.
While the trial is on hold for now, there is a hearing scheduled for next month, the same time the Kealohas are to be on trial accused of conspiracy to obstruct justice. I'm Lynn Kawano, Hawaii News Now.
Some tense moments aboard a Hawaiian Airlines flight bound for Hilo yesterday. Oxygen masks fell from the ceiling on flight 552 from Honolulu just minutes before the plane was about to land. The airline says it was caused by a malfunction in a component that affects cabin pressure. The captain landed the plane safely. No one was injured. Hawaiian is now inspecting the pressurization system on the Boeing 717 before returning it to service.
A bacteria warning in Kihei, Maui. The enterococci levels at Kamaole Beach Park No. 1 are nearly 3 times the acceptable threshold. That typically indicates viruses or parasites from animal waste. Warning signs will stay up until the levels return to normal.
In East Maui, Haleakala National Park has closed the pools of Ohio because the stream gauge system is broken. That system sounds an alarm when flash flooding is imminent. The pools will reopen when the system is fixed. All other trails in the Kipahulu district remain open.
Well, speaking of flash flooding, the eastern islands could be in for some rain.
And we're all getting some stiff breezes. Let's get the latest timeline now from our Ben Gutierrez. Ben?
Yeah, that's right. Trade winds are expected to continue picking up speed. They started doing that today, and there is that possibility of more showers, and some of them might get locally heavy for parts of Maui County and the Big Island starting as soon as Thursday. The winds did pick up a bit today. They're still blowing at about 10 to 20 miles per hour. Pretty strong for the nighttime hours. We're looking at these winds to get to about 20 to 25 miles per hour by Friday. In the meantime, showers still on the lighter side for Kauai and Oahu, but there are still a few more clouds and showers in particular for the Big Island. We had some earlier afternoon showers for west Hawaii Island. Also, some isolated heavier showers are now falling for Maui, and you can zoom in, and right around the pools of Ohio is right where some of the heavier showers are happening right now. I'll tell you how long this wet weather could last coming up in the full forecast.
Tonight, a national touring show picks a Hawaii woman for its lead. But first, this.
It was not something that just occurred overnight.
New scrutiny over the Maui jail riot just days before the public safety director's confirmation vote.
Plus, new numbers on homelessness on the neighbor islands. Which island is way up and which is way down?